Turn off the lights. My future bright. I don't need a bitch. I don't have to write. You niggas think you hot, you met your master night. You niggas couldn't beat me in your afterlife. Turn off the lights. My future bright. I don't need a bitch. I don't have to write. You niggas think you hot, you met your master night. You niggas couldn't beat me in your afterlife.
What's good?
Hey.
It's the Hussle Godz.
Hussle Godz.
What's good, baby? We got a special episode today.
Yes, sir. We got a perfect guest out here for us today. One with that pain, with the true stories, man. We've been telling y'all about this for a few weeks now, man. It's getting live now. Y'all think y'all need to tune in if y'all haven't been tuned in, you heard?
Hey, let me be the first to say, shout out to everyone who's been supporting Hussle Godz up until this point. Today we got a special guest, our first ever exclusive interview.
Hey.
Let me be the first to introduce you to my dude Kasidon.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all having me out here, man.
Hey.
We in the motherfucking building. Shout out Burlington, Vermont, man. Shout out Marshall, Vermont. Shout out to Moore County, man. Shout out to all my people, Street Religion, man. Shout out to Young Breeze, Raw Def, Shorty Bangs, D French, June Fargo, man. Shout out to the whole team, man.
Shout out to Street
man.
Religion,
Shout out to Hussle Godz for having me on, man. It's a pleasure, man.
We appreciate you coming out, man. We appreciate you coming out, for real, dog.
Hell yeah.
We want to have a good time and vibe.
Yes,
and really.
sir. We watching the Super Bowl out here, man.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday tonight, man.
So,
yeah, man.
Yes,
it's
sir.
the perfect recipe, you feel me? Perfect mixture.
That's
right.
And as you know, the Hussle Godz always paying attention from a distance. This dude right here, the past year and a half since since he first caught my eye, this dude is consistent. Always working, always dropping new content, new material, always something fresh. And the range, the spectrum, consistent.
Hey, man.
And it's crazy.
Extreme consistency. And my thing that I get from him, from Kasidon himself, the first thing I get from him when I hear him is the truth. Most people might not, that might go over people's head because you probably hear that all the time. Like, oh, I'm telling the truth. You'll hear the truth in a different way. This isn't just talking about the material things and things like that. And through his music, you would definitely get to know who he is. Kasidon is a very potent artist. When I mean potent, he sticks around. Like, it'd be like some good gas. You know what I'm saying? You smoked something 2 hours ago, he might still be in the car. You'd be like, well, what the I swore I cleaned the car out and I smell some strong Yeah, that's Kasidon. He really has a good, potent, you know what I'm saying, texture to his music, period. So it's a real honor to have my bro here.
Hey, thank you, man.
I appreciate it, man. This is a real good opportunity right here.
You know, first of all, it's an honor and it's a pleasure, man. So thank you all so much, man. I appreciate the feedback on the music. I think that's one of the things that, for me, mostly, like, it's like, that's one of the, I want that to be a staple in my music. You know what I'm saying? I want that to be something that is always there. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be recognized and appreciated for my potency and my truthfulness in my music than putting out a couple bangers. You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's, that for me, that's an important trait in music for me. Yeah. And it's for anybody, for any artist that I respect. That's a trait about their music. You know what I'm saying as well. So I appreciate that, man. All love, man. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate being here, man. It's an amazing day for the Super Bowl going on right now.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my sister for taking care of my daughter when I'm out here, man. I want to give a huge shout out to my family, man. Huge shout out to my sister. Thank you for watching my daughter. Shout out to Annabelle. I love you and I miss you and I'll see you when I get home. All right, baby?
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the family, you know.
Yes, sir.
Family first, always. Shout out all AMW, all Valid Gang.
Hey,
shout out Street Religion, man.
Straight up.
We building bridges right now.
That's
We're bridging the game.
That's what we do.
Me?
We building on a different level, man.
And we building up brick by brick. You feel me? 2020, we kicking doors down all year. Yeah. You feel me? So, tell the people who is Kasidon.
Man, well, I mean, it's a long story. You know what I mean? I think it started developing a long time. Like,
well, we'll start here. Where was Kasidon born?
I was born in Morrisville, Vermont. So shout out to Morrisville, Vermont. Shout out to Vermont County, man. You know what I'm saying? It's small. It's super small. Shout out to 802. Shout out to Vermont, man. Yeah, all love on that side, man. But I think most of my character was born in other places.
Right.
You know and that's no disrespect to where I come from.
No, never.
because I got a different type of love for where I come from. And it's the type of love where I'm going to come and raise my child there. And that's why I'm doing it right now. Whereas a lot of where my character was born, you know what I'm saying, I've been to Hartford, Connecticut, Chicago, Rockford, Illinois. You know what I'm saying? I spent some time in Oregon. So a lot of my more developmental and, you know what I'm saying, the type of shit that forms you as a person, that stuff didn't come from here. You know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of people lack in understanding in terms of where I am and who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's in general, even coming from the hood like we come from. People don't realize you don't actually grow as an individual and as a person, you feel me? Until you leave your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Most people never leave the hood, you feel me?
They never left them 4 blocks.
Yeah.
They only know that corner store, that liquor store, that basketball court, those same people. So
Facts.
You never grow, like he said. You don't grow until you go outside of where you from.
And that's why, like, I always got mad love for where I come from, and for me, like, the type of place that it was a place that I always had to get out of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To realize who I was as a person. You know what I'm saying? And realize, like, and really just kind of grow into who I am. It was always a place that I had to leave. But it was the type of place that I always told myself when I had a child, it was the place that I was going to come back to, because in Vermont, where I come from, it's a place that is just in terms of natural selection, in terms of where that place is, safe from natural disaster type of shit. Where, like, it's a place where I'm going to come back to raise my child there because it's safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I hear you on that, because when I think about Vermont, if anybody's seen I Am Legend, that's the place that they escape to.
Straight up.
That's the safe
That's
zone.
where they escape to. So what you saying is very well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
that's what I always told myself was and that's what happened.
Right.
Not in the time that I thought it was going to happen.
Right. But
you know what I'm saying? But when it happened, I did that.
Right.
Because that's where I told myself, when my child is being born, that's where I want her to be raised, is because when you live in another place, there's other things that you have to worry about that you don't have to worry about here. And in terms of being a single father like I am right now, that was one of the things where, like, I don't want the extra shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I can cut down on the things that I'm worrying about as a father and as a man, you know what I'm saying, outside of parenthood, I'm going to do that, because I want to, as a single father, focus on my daughter first and foremost.
All the way,
you know
100%.
So, like, if I can just focus on parenting, if I don't have to focus on, if I could disregard worrying about her safety and focus on raising her to be the woman that I want to be, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to worry about the extra shit.
That's a good way to put it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. I like the way you put that.
Hey,
so,
you already know it's family first here at the Hussle Godz.
Right. That's a fact. So you said you lived in Chicago. Where else you said you lived at?
I spent
Oregon.
First, I lived in.
Where would you move after you was born in Vermont? Where was the first place you went?
Corvallis, Oregon.
Oregon. So what? Tell us about there.
I got family out of Corvallis. Yo,
Hey, what?
Yo, what up, B.O.B.? I ain't gonna say too much, but my boy be getting busy. That's
crazy.
The best loud I ever packed.
I swear to God.
This there?
On my soul.
This there?
Hey, Bob. Remember pull up?
You just put me on. I ain't know.
That's Corvallis. Yeah.
Corvallis, bro.
Oh, we really do got
That's right
family
there.
here.
Bro,
I ain't no front. Hey, yo, that's crazy. All right, so look.
That's the first place I lived, bro.
All right, so what age did you leave here? What year was it, or what age?
It's kind of a long and deep story.
That's what we here for. We here for that.
So I was homeless in my hometown for about a year and a half, almost 2 years before I moved out there.
You was homeless out here in Morrisville.
Yeah. My entire senior year of high school, I was homeless my entire senior year of high school.
So what happened? Not to skip around. So what happened to create that situation?
Well, I'm saying all love to my pops and everything, but like for me, baseball was kind of my sport.
Right.
So as an athlete, like, and that was something I really pursued when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, basketball, you know what I'm saying, or football or whatever it is. Like baseball, that was kind of my thing.
I got homies that was they first
and I was like, I got, you know what I'm saying, I got scholarship offers, you know what I'm saying? I got people that was offering me money to go to school. And so like, for me, not going to school, for my pops, that was like a no-go.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
get that situation though, 100%. I
you know what I'm saying?
that.
So like in that time, like when I realized that it's tough because looking back on it, it's one of them things where like I wish I did pursue baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
But like if I'm gonna reflect on the situation and where my mind was at that time, what was I more concerned with? I was more concerned with getting money.
Right. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
So, and because I could relate to the situation of resort to knowing that you need to get money.
Yeah.
But what was your situation?
So like
at that
time, like it was like I was playing baseball. I was a gifted athlete. You know what I'm saying? It was something that like I was good at.
Right.
And when you know what I'm saying, you like, somebody get good at. You good at baseball? Or you good?
Yeah.
Good. You know what I'm saying?
It's one or the other.
So like
I was a basketball player in the same shoe. So this story is very
good.
true.
It's good. You know what I'm saying? So, but for me, like I don't know what. I was just caught up in the streets. I was caught up in hustle, and when it came down to make that decision, the time to make the decision to go to college, at that time, I was more focused on getting money. So I made the decision not to go to college, and when my pops found out that I wasn't going to school, he kicked me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was
time to become a man.
Because all love to my pops, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie on everything, but my
Hussle Godz is here for you to keep it a buck.
My pops was a gifted athlete as well in baseball, and I think that one of the hardest things for us to overcome as a relationship father to son was that he was trying to kind of vicariously live his life through me. You know what I'm saying? When he realized that I was good at, so it was kind of one of the things where he was pushing me to do the things that he wasn't able to do because he had kids.
Yeah.
So
he wanted to live.
You know what I'm saying?
He wanted you to live his dream.
Exactly.
I get it.
And that's no disrespect to my pops, man.
Not
Thank
at
y'all for
all,
everything.
not at
You know what I'm
all,
saying?
not at all.
Yeah, I want to say I love you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? We don't really talk as much as we should. You know what I'm saying? But I love you, pops. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a buck. And one of the things that I realized is that was what happened.
Right.
And now looking back on it, I can say that and I can speak it with authority because that's what happened. That was the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And but that is. And so when that happened, you know, I kind of spent my entire senior year going to 1 out of every 3 or 4 school days. I almost didn't graduate because, you know what I'm saying, I was sleeping. And it's kind of ironic, but I was sleeping in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find places to sleep outside at night. You know what I'm saying? So I was sleeping in the dugout of the baseball field of the town over from me. You know what I'm saying? It's ironic. It's ironic. But that's
some Friday night lights.
No, they had a dugout and it was covered. It was covered. You know what I'm saying? And I was safe from the snow.
Your career gave you bad to sleep though.
Exactly. And it's kind of ironic, but that's the way it played out. And so I would hitchhike. I would hitchhike to school in the morning. You know what I'm saying? To try to get to school when I'd be mad late and shit. Some days I would walk 10 miles try to get to school. You know what I'm saying? I'd be mad late. So they were hitting me with truancy and all this crazy shit, and I almost didn't graduate. But you know what I'm saying?
You made it through.
It was like the last 30 or 35 days of school where I walked in one day and the little administrative person at the front desk, she was like, "Dylan, I hope you know that you have to be on time every single day for the rest of the year in order to graduate."
Been there.
And I did it. I fucking did it for my parents, for my moms, and you know what I'm saying? And as tough as our relationship was at that time, I did it for that because I wanted them to be able to see me do that.
And that's crazy that you say that because look, me and my brothers, none of us graduated, right? And that's the one thing right now, out of all the street stuff we done, that we like, yo, we just want to make our mom proud. We just really want to give her something that she could say, yo, my sons did this. And it's you realizing that graduating high school and shit like that is the biggest accomplishment she can walk around with.
I'm blessed to be able to, like, because the things that you learn when you're younger like that, right? Like, you can't even tell yourself, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But I'm blessed, thank God, that I was given that kind of foresight to understand that that's something that I wanted to do for them. Because if I had been any more, like, different, you know what I'm saying? So I thank God for doing that because it was something that my parents needed. You know what I'm saying? I know that it was something that they needed, and it wasn't, graduating high school wasn't for me. It was for them. You know what I'm saying? So I thank God for that.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just
shout outs to mom and pops.
Yeah, shout out. You know, and I want y'all. If my mom and my dad ever hear this, man, I want y'all to know, like, You know what I'm saying? Like, I did that for y'all, and you know what I'm saying? I want you to know that y'all was, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was the motivation behind that because
That's real.
Y'all was the motivation behind that, and I want y'all, like,
be proud of your baby. Mom and Pop, be proud of your little baby. He did it for y'all, you heard?
Yeah,
this is
real.
from the Hussle Godz. We letting you know that he did something positive because a lot of us don't make it that far. You feel what I'm saying?
Like,
speaking from myself, like literally. We not speaking from no, you know what I'm saying, hypothetical point of view. I'm talking from right for me.
Yeah.
So just be proud of him, man.
And
my
I
mom
think,
wish she had that right now. I'm saying.
Yeah, make work. And I think, for me, like, it's not something that you want to tap into so much, but like, my relationship with my parents when I was younger was so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mom and my dad got divorced when they were super young.
Right.
Even like, you know, you in a situation where like when you super young and like I have all sisters, so like I was the only man in the house.
How many brothers? How many sisters?
So I got an older sister and a younger sister. Now I got more siblings. I got 3 or 4 more siblings.
Right.
I got.
But growing up,
I got 2 more younger sisters and 2 more younger brothers than I did.
Growing up, you have one older.
But growing up, you know, in them time, I was the middle child. I had an older sister, Olivia.
Yeah.
Shout out to Olivia, man. I love you. And Naomi, who's watching my daughter right now.
To 2 girls.
Yeah. So like when my mom and dad got divorced, I was the only man in the house. So like when you at that stage, you develop. I was the. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people don't really understand it, but like, if you're ever in that position, you're gonna understand, like, you the man of the house. I don't give a fuck if I was 8, 9, 10 years old. I'm the man of the house.
Right.
And what men do is they protect. So I don't care if my mom, when she was 19, so I'm 10, she 29. That's still very young.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With a 10-year-old son who's developing into a young man who's understanding what it means to protect at that age.
Right.
So like that's where I was at. I'm protecting my younger sister, my older sister, and my mother, the only man. So and everybody knows, like, you gonna all of a sudden are introduced, another man gets introduced into the picture, right? So I'm not gonna develop too much into the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna dive too much into it. But when that happens, you know what I'm saying, there's some friction there. And all I'm gonna say is that didn't resonate. That didn't resonate.
Yeah.
And what happened, my relationship with my mother deteriorated because I was no longer respected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But that's what ended up happening. And our relationship deteriorated, and that's what kind of pushed me out of the pictures because I was no longer, not so much that I should have been a protector, but I should have been. I wish I would have been loved and appreciated for what I did and the way that I was trying to
be there.
Yeah. And so I was being mad disrespected, not by my mother, but by this other man that was being tolerated, right? So that's what got to me. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's not so much like I don't give a fuck how you treat me.
Right.
But I want my mother to stand up for me.
Yeah, you supposed to have my back.
Yeah. So that's, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't feel, so like that's what pushed me away. I ran away. And that was when I was 11, 12 years old. Young, man.
Young.
You know what I'm saying? So I ran away, like, in the middle of the winter, just going, bye. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no qualms standing up for my respect. So I was going to be respected because maybe people, like, you don't understand it, but like, what I put on the line, the type of the stability that I held together, the kind of the glue, like, as a young man, I wanted to be honored for that in a way where it was like, I just wanted to be loved by my mother more than this dude who was just coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I dipped on that, and then my pops. So like all that shit was mad toxic, and so but just to be able to do that because I know that's what she needed, graduate high school, and do that for her. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my moms, man. I love you, mom. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Dad.
So you went to Oregon first. West Side, you know.
West Side.
Right?
Shout out to Lincoln City. Shout out to Corvallis. Shout out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Portland.
Shout out to Mom and Pops.
Out there.
Ups and downs, left and right. Your son's still rocking, so we understand all of that. We understand all your pain too, brother. So just know
we can relate.
We can relate. We can relate directly. Ain't from somebody else's story. Me and him.
Hell yeah.
This ain't
and that's why, like,
just
you know
know that.
And it's like it's all that subliminal type of shit that like I come on to a podcast like this, right?
Yeah.
This is shit that we never even knew about each other.
Yeah.
But it's like it was almost known, but not.
You don't say it. You don't say it, but you know.
What's understood need not to be
Exactly.
explained.
You don't
know what I'm
say,
saying?
yo, you grew up in a single home, but I know you was. I don't have to tell you, yo, your mom and pop got the, but you know you was. We all know we grew up in poverty. I ain't got to tell you that.
No, I don't know.
Right? I ain't got to tell you we grew up without. You know that.
That ain't nothing to brag about.
Nothing.
And everything happens for a reason.
We just trying to break cycles.
Because that's why we're the stronger warriors that we are today.
Right.
You feel me?
And I think that's what like
Iron sharpens iron. You feel me?
Always.
Always.
That's why we solid.
what connects people like us is the desire to change the narrative of that. You know what I mean? Because we all doing it for a different reason.
Breaking the
but we
cycle.
all doing it for the same reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got their own path. Everybody got their own path, but we going to the same road.
Yeah.
Like your way to the road might be, you might zigzag through the grass, you might hop through the grass, I might crawl through it, but we all trying to get to that road.
100%. 100%.
So it don't make a difference how you get there, how I get there. Let's just get there, and if you make it before me,
when we get there, we cheers into that motherfucker. Swear to God,
pull me out. That's all I ask. If I make it, if you make it to the road before me, just turn around. If I'm still trying to crawl through the grass, if I'm still trying to do for myself, turn back around and grab my hand and pull me.
That's
through.
what I'm saying.
That's it. But if I'm not trying to crawl for myself, don't drag me through the water, because that ain't gonna help you. Because you ain't gonna never make it to the road if you gotta drag me.
For
That's
real.
dead weight.
You feel me?
Dead weight.
So we gotta make it. Everybody gotta be doing for themselves. So if you jumping and I'm crawling and you running and you make it first and you stop crawling, guess what happens? You gotta stay there until you start crawling again. Sorry, but that's just how life goes.
If the desire isn't there,
You ain't gonna come on.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't.
What's the point of bringing you to a dream if that's not your dream?
Exactly.
If I'm like, yo, I want a Ferrari, and you get there like, well, I like Maybachs.
Why didn't you tell me that? I'd have been like, yo, why didn't you tell me that, B?
I could have been.
Because I would have been pointed you to the Maybach.
Like, yo, that's the Maybach line,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
It's over there. Like.
Yo, and one of the biggest things, I can't remember who it was that I was watching, but it was somebody who had gone to us, actually, Emmett Smith, I believe it was. He was talking about him and his kids. He went to, I think it was Florida that he ran to. Forgive me if I was wrong, but the story is the same. But he was talking about him and his road to success, and he was talking about his kids, and he was saying, his kid didn't want to go to Florida. His kid didn't want to go to the same school, and it wasn't like, I'm gonna bring you because that's my legacy. It was like, and he was talking about how he was pushing his kids to do their own thing because, you know what I'm saying, their desires and their road was what they wanted, and that's like such an unselfish approach, and I love that so much because, you know what I'm saying, you got a lot of people who are so selfish with what they're doing.
That's
it's like they want to drag their kids along with them, and you know what I'm saying, no disrespect to my pops, but it's something that I lived through. I know what it means to be on the other side of that. And so to see somebody that just like,
yo, what the fuck happened?
That's the game.
Yo, Super Bowl. We just found out that the Chiefs are whooping the San Fran's ass. I'm sorry. 57 seconds.
57 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
What time is it?
It's 31-20.
They about to do the
Kansas
same.
City just came
What
back.
time is it?
Put in work. It's 10:07.
Oh my
February
God,
2nd.
Bro.
Man, it's 10:07.
What happened, bro?
We just had a little convo, and just so happens now
they got busy.
our team
They got
is
busy.
down, man.
They
I
got
was talking
busy.
shit on. I was talking on a live all crazy.
That boy Patty Mahomes put in work, and they put it in the run game.
Yo, cuz, what happened?
Shout out Andy Reid one time.
Yo,
Long
Andy
time.
Reid, you was a
OG.
goat.
He
He
many
been
put
in
him on
that.
got that ring.
He needed that though.
He did.
Probably got that ring. Shout out
man,
Patty,
shout out.
Patty Mahomes, Andy Reid, all Kansas City. They brought that home.
What he said? He said, yo, they was on the knees.
Definitely give the flowers while they still here. You already know.
Man, I can't believe that, bro.
Yeah.
What was it?
They was up 20 to 10.
They was up 20-10.
20-10, right?
Then they made it a 3-point game.
But how?
And
They up 10
hey,
now.
if it's a close game like that, Andy Reid been around way too long to get out coached by Kyle Shanahan is a hell of a coach, but Andy Reid ain't about to let this one slip.
And like when you compliment Andy Reid with the talent that he has on the team in this situation, It's over.
He
bro.
built this from the ground up.
Andy Reid
built
is
this
the
from the ground up.
coach. Andy Reid is the coach.
He probably be coach of the year.
Yeah, long time coming, much deserved.
Much deserved.
Shout out
I was a
Andy
fan
Reid
of
down
Andy
the
Reid
Chiefs.
when he had T.O., so I know what this count for.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
I remember those days. You remember when T.O. used to be out here causing
Out
him.
here
Used to give
doing
old man
sit-ups,
heart attacks,
and
man.
The reason he got gray hair is because of T.O.
Exactly, man. Come
Yeah, swear to
on.
God.
Donovan McNabb was really getting busy, man. I remember those days.
Yo, Donovan
Javon
McNabb,
Pierce.
man.
You know what I mean? What's his Brian Westbrook? All those brothers.
No, that wasn't Russell Westbrook. It was
Brian Westbrook.
Brian Westbrook.
And then they had
Westbrook.
Brian Dawkins.
Dawkins
on the safety.
on the defensive end, bro. Oh,
Shit,
oh my God, bro.
I was a big fan back then because I used to live in Philly back then. That's about like
This man,
05, something like that.
you see, he did a little shuffle on there.
He knows.
They won the
He
game.
knows it's over.
They won
It's
the
over
game,
with,
man.
bro.
But
Look at him. Oh, he's so mad.
He looks sad.
Why you look like a little Uzi Vert, bro? Come on.
hey, Sam
Hussle
Fran
Godz,
had a hell
man.
of
We
a
in the
year.
building, man.
It's the Hussle Godz. You heard it here first, baby.
Yeah, we telling y'all, man, 2020, man, this is the new vibes, man. We watching the Super Bowl. We got Kasidon in the building. We got the big homie Solution, man. Solution the Saint. Go check him
million
out
words.
on all platforms,
hey,
man.
hey.
That's the big homie. If y'all really want to get in tune with, like, I'm gonna keep it real, right? Y'all know how they had P. Diddy back in the day. They had like, I'm telling y'all, people gonna laugh at me when they hear this podcast and all that. But I'm gonna tell you real short and simple. This is the GOAT. I'm telling y'all, Frankie is the GOAT, man.
Keep it a bite, bro.
Shout out my man Kasidon too. He get busy. I gotta show my.
It ain't even regardless. Hey,
That's the GOAT, man. I'm telling
that's
y'all,
what I'm saying.
man,
Regardless,
know that.
yo.
For real, Shay.
Hey, man, I love for having me on.
Every
First
time
of all,
we get on here,
first of
I'm
all,
gonna
man, I
let
love
y'all know that.
having. Yo, keep it a butt. I was like on my Instagram the other day. I'm like. A million words. Who the fuck is this following me, man? And I like, Papa, I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, oh man! It tapped me in on a whole different level. You feel me? I'm like, you know, you get on Instagram and go, who the fuck is this?
I do that every day until I look up and like, oh, that's who this is.
Oh shit!
Follow. Thank
Yo,
you.
swear to God, bro, keep it butt. I just created a Twitter for the first time. Like,
Follow me on Twitter. I've been on Twitter.
Like a week ago, bro. I don't even fuck with Twitter, bro. I don't be tweeting.
I'm gonna put you on, man.
I don't even be tweeting. But like,
Follow us, man.
follow us, man.
On Twitter.
Kasidon SR on Twitter, you know what I'm saying?
Hussle Godz on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, social.
Hustle
every social
_Godz
media.
on
There you go.
Instagram, on Twitter.
Straight up.
Hustle _Godz. Hit us up at the Gmail. Hustle Godz
That's right.
Podcast
Follow
at
the boys, man.
gmail.com.
Follow the boys, man.
You know
Shout out
we
your
putting in
personal
work.
Shout out your personals too, man.
You already know it. A Million Words presents AMW Solution the Same. You know how it goes.
Bulletproof $_
Yes,
550.
sir,
You
man.
heard?
We tryna
550
tap
means
in.
I'm neutral. You heard? 550 means I'm very neutral. I'm for all of the games. You heard? That's what that means. I'm neutral. I'm for all of it.
Yeah, man. And while we got the vibes up, let's go ahead and give the people what they came for. Let's give them some music, man.
Hey, let's tap back, man.
So when I first heard Kasidon, it was on his previous project, the Genesis tape. And I tell you what, man, from beginning to end,
man.
this shit was heat. He came with heat.
All right, yeah, sir.
So tell the people about what we're about to play for them, Blood
All right,
Story.
So check it out. So I can go way deeper, man. I can go so deep in that. But we gonna keep it above, man. The Genesis tape was the debut project for me on Street Religion. Right?
Yeah.
So Street Religion was.
Shout out Street Religion.
Shout out Street Religion, man. Shout out the whole team, Young Breeze, Rod, Drew Fargo, D Friends, Shorty Banks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the whole team, man. Shout out Smiles for running the street team shit, man. I know you're gonna be listening to this, John. So shout out Smiles, man, for doing that thing. Be safe up in Maine, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Drink champs in this bitch. Yo, straight to God.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Hustle Champs. You heard?
Yo, man.
Showing you that.
That's what I love about this shit, bro.
This is the real life shit about the things that's
Get
going on.
nothing but.
We gonna be
Yeah,
real.
that's
100. Hold on, sorry. We gotta announce that the Kansas City Chiefs are now
Just won the Super Bowl
champs. I'm sorry.
champs.
Andy Reid have completed his mission. All right, we can get back to what you talking about.
That's
now.
a bet. Hey, he about to have his little speech right here. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, now the Genesis tape was the debut, the premiere project for me on Street Religion. So something that I tried. It was short, 7 songs. I put Young Breeze was a main feature on that record on that project. We put June Fargo on it.
Yeah, June Fargo. Both of them are dope.
I'm gonna send you the record after we do this draw. I'm gonna send you the record with June, so you can hear how he complimented us on that record. We did a song called Expectations. So shout out June Fargo. Yeah, so, yeah.
I heard that.
But the Genesis tape was something that I put together. It was as an artist, you kind of have songs that you got in a bag that you know are quality records, and it was that. I gotta say, probably like 5 out of the 7 records was songs I had in the bag that I was waiting on an opportunity. Because what success is opportunity meets preparation.
That's it.
So
pause on that. I'm gonna let you know. This is why we named this the Hussle Godz, because that same line that you said, Nipsey Hussle said the same exactly thing. Opportunity meets preparation. I'm gonna show you the song with me, you know what I mean? But just, I swear on my daughter's life, I listen to him like the Bible, so I know he said that.
Yeah, recipe.
I know for a fact he said
success
it. Say it again.
Is opportunity meets preparation.
You can say it again if you want.
Success is opportunity meets preparation.
Right.
I'm gonna say that again. And if y'all ain't hear me say that, Nipsey Hussle said that.
Go check it.
And y'all can go back and listen to, but that's real shit, man. Because I'm telling you, there's been a whole gangload of motherfuckers that has opportunities, but they ain't been prepared.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why they ain't been successful.
And they ain't worked for it.
And I told myself, if I was ever one time in my life ever going to be given an opportunity, the only reason I'm going to take it because I was prepared.
Yeah.
I will never be unprepared.
Facts.
And so that was what happened. So I got put on.
We can relate.
The reason why I started doing music again was because of the goal. The end goal was to be a part of Street Religion. And when that opportunity was given to me, and Bree said, "You ready to put out a project?" I said, "You motherfucking right."
Right. Ready. Hungry.
I'm on it. I already got it, bro. He said, you got it already?
Awesome. That's
Godz,
ready. Ready.
You know what I'm saying? So he said, you got a project? I said, you're motherfucking right, I got a project, B.
Right.
And I released that project 2 months after he put me on the team. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? So Blood Story.
And that's the Project Genesis.
Genesis tape.
You got a song that you got to play off this?
Check that on all platforms.
Yo, I'm gonna send
tape.
you. I'm actually gonna. I'll spit it live. Actually, I sent you the instrumental. So we're gonna spit it. I'll spit it live
about
for
to
you.
get busy.
I'll spit it live.
Something loud for y'all. You heard Hussle Godz.
Yeah. So
live performance.
But the Genesis tape, that was the fruition.
Yeah.
That was kind of the beginning.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do was I wanted to show. You know what I'm saying, a base of talent where it was like, they're gonna understand my lyrical, they're gonna kind of, the 5-tool player type shit where it was like smooth, rhythm, bars, all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after that, that's when I can tap into different, where it was like, now it's from underneath, where it's like, now I can kind of dive deeper into the other shit.
Right.
But the Genesis tape was kind of like my 5-tool type. Boom! This is the project.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and what was important for me, the intro was the most important project, and that's what this song is.
And I'm digging the intro. That shit hard.
Yeah. That shit
we might have to remix the intro, just like y'all know.
We're gonna get busy. Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
So without further ado, shout out Street Religion.
Hey,
we about to get into it. This is Blood Story.
Awesome.
You heard it first.
Godz.
This is the Hussle Godz.
Can you check up on the phones a little bit? I'll let you know. Keep going. Yeah. Alright, that right there. This is my blood story. Tryna trap me in the graveyard with a plug for me. My focus clear, I see you haters get up off on me. There ain't no room on my shoulders, I'm about to ride with the toast, ain't taking off on me. They just want me dead or in prison. Yeah, they just want me dead or in prison. Oh, wow, they just want me dead or in prison. Ain't no room on my shoulders, that's why I ride with the toast, ain't taking off on me, And it's the shit that I think about on a daily basis. Keep it pushing, you ain't talking money, ain't no conversation. I cook it up with the realest, but I ain't got an apron. Hit a couple bumps along the road, had to go back to basics. They ain't do what I do, they ain't see what I see. I've been a hustler since I was a youngin', bitch, I ain't get nothing for free. I give you the shut off my back, cause I know that the Lord keep it coming for me. Every time I'm out in public, they dapping it up behind my back, they putting on me. I can see your true colors through all the pain in my eyes. I done lost a few brothers. So I try to live a great man life. Set examples for my daughter. She gon' know what a real man like. I ain't do things perfect. Swear to God that I make things right. Nobody see me, you provoke. But criticize when they don't know shit. When you love like I love, it's consequences to devotion. I live my heart on the block. You see me walk, you hear me talk. This is my blood story. Trying to trap me in the graveyard with a plan for me. My focus clear, I see you haters get a bar from me. They ain't no room on my shoulders, that's why I ride with the toast. Ain't taking off from me, they just want me dead or in prison. Tell me, they just want me dead or in prison, no. Just want me dead or in prison. Ain't no room on my shoulders, that's why I ride with the toast. Ain't taking off from me, no. I move with precision, calculated decisions. My boo in the kitchen, and she scraping the dishes. Said I do, so I did it. Can't relate to the vision. Got a lucrative image, so they hate that I'm winning. I jump in the booth, I run it, I handle my business. Used to pop out the coupe, I'm clutching my hand on the pistol. I fly straight to the plug and cop it, no man in the middle. I might not be the dude to play with, this game is official. Drop the sauce in the pot, I season the pan, let it sizzle. Her body rocking, feet are shaking, I'm making a wiggle. Came in the range of Melvin Hayes when he came with the Wizards. I got the rock, I pull up aim, and I'm Damian Lillard.
Heavy though, you know what I'm saying? Heavy though, you heard? Exclusive. Exclusive, man. Exclusive. Hussle Godz. You know it's lit. 2020, I told you, we outside all 2020. Kasidon just dropped some heat. Some heat. Y'all gotta get it up, man. When y'all come up here, he set the precedent. If you don't rap when you come up here,
man, that ain't even a freestyle, man.
Right, and you might not even get that much, you know what I'm saying, like promo if you don't come up here and rap now. So, I mean, you gonna have to come with some heat now, man.
That's just, man.
He just set the bar. Let's just keep it like that.
We tried to warn y'all. We gave y'all a couple weeks build up, man. We tried to warn y'all.
Tell him.
Man, first of all, shout out Hussle Godz for putting this bitch on, man. Thank you so much, man. Swear to God. They say it ain't about me, man. This is about who's putting this on, man. Thank you so much for having me here, man. Shout out to Hussle Godz.
Yeah,
shout out to Solution to Saint. Shout out to Dollar Day, man, for having me in this bitch, man, for real.
Yeah, man, we're just trying to create a platform for artists like ourselves, you feel me? Like, we know what it's like to have to kick these doors open, man, and real recognize real. So when we see the people who are actually putting in work and actually grinding and actually in the studio and dedicating themselves and putting their music right there alongside their family, man, you already know.
That's what the Hussle Godz is here for. Platform is here for dope, truthful artists, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what we here. We outside on 2020. You can follow us on all platforms, every social media site, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything you want, SoundCloud, anything, man. Just hit us up in the Gmail, Hussle Godz, Gmail, Hussle Godz podcast at gmail.com. Holler at us if y'all want to come through, get some interviews on. We get some artist spotlights popping. We got a lot of things going 2020, and we ain't stopping. I was in 2020 and 2018, right? So what I'm telling y'all now, we now in 2020. Holla at me in 2025. I'm gonna tell you where I'm at. You heard? Holla at me. Bulletproof Dollar, Hussle Godz. You know I've been there, baby. We've been here in 2020, baby. I've been here 2 years ago.
We've been had 2020 vision for 10 years now, man.
Y'all gotta catch up.
Stop playing with it, bro.
Yeah, man. We're here rolling now Kasidon's new project From Underneath, coming to you very soon.
Yes, sir.
So, what's the story behind From Underneath? How did it start?
From Underneath, man, it was, keep it about with you, so writing the Genesis tape, some of the songs From Underneath were written before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's one of them things where you put things in the bank and you're like, okay, so I'm gonna wait on this because it's a different style of music, right?
Keep it in the vault.
And one of the things that shout out Young Breeze, man. One of the things that me and him was talking about coming into this year was creating without a purpose.
Yeah.
And it was creating, and it was because when you build a catalog of music that's cohesive and built for a project, that's when you put it out. But you create without a purpose because it doesn't limit you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't put you inside a box. So that's kind of what I've been doing, is creating without a purpose. And what From Underneath was a project. It was kind of the fruition of, okay, now I got 12 songs that are cohesive. It's a cohesive unit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what I wanted to add to it was a spoken word intro and outro. And that's one of the things that it was kind of, for me was like it was something that was different, but it was something that hadn't been done yet.
Right.
And it was something that like there was a lot of things that were kind of pressing on my heart as a man and as a rapper and as an artist and as a father that I wanted to speak on.
Right.
To people that I know follow my music.
Yeah.
And so there was things that I wanted. It wasn't things that I wanted to rap about. It was things that I wanted to speak about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Speak about.
Like literally.
It's
Talk.
literally.
Yeah, there's
so,
some things that you can't put into 16 bars.
Yeah.
When you're trying to say, and that's part of how we created this platform right here.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Hell
We're
yeah.
artists first. That's how we came up. We've been writing and rapping
Hell
for
yeah.
fucking a decade and a half. You feel me? Like, that's
Way too
regular.
long.
But some things you can't put into a song. Some things are meant to be fit within 16 bars or one bar. Like you can't tap into it all.
Yeah.
It's what the Hussle Godz for, baby.
That's exactly because we hustle on a different level. We tapping in on a different level, baby. And so for me, like that concept of doing that didn't come until like right before I was putting the project together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was kind of like it was something where it's like I want to do this. Number one, because it's something that I want people to hear. Number two, is because it's going to add in a different like. It's just something that people don't do.
Yeah.
I've never heard nobody do it around here. I've never heard really keep it buck. I've never heard nobody do it. Period.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I went through like it was probably the hardest thing to find the instrumentals that was going to go behind it because
it's a soundtrack to your life.
real,
It's
for
hard
real.
to find those.
Bro,
and like you said, we artists, so we know. That's why this motherfucker makes my beats, bro. Like,
swear to
Yeah,
God.
and the spoken word thing, like it may have been done before, but I've heard it as like an interlude. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
you did it
middle
as
of the
an
project.
intro and the
That
outro?
to be the intro to your project.
you did it with that. That's a
whole
you set a
different
new
feeling.
record if you ask me, like, because when I listen to it, it's something that I would like to do.
Y'all heard the intro, right?
Yeah.
We got the whole.
You know we got the exclusive, all the leaks, but we ain't leaked it. You feel me?
But yeah, so like when you did
Y'all know what I was saying. These people don't know, but y'all know what I was saying.
They're gonna
Y'all
catch
will know
on
very
because the
soon.
album is going to drop and y'all gonna tune in, right? So what I'm saying, but like when I heard it, I knew it made me think of something that for myself because I always wanted to just talk, and just get my point across. But what you did was let me know, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Because that's how we end up loving whatever our favorite albums are, whatever our favorite songs are, that's how we end up loving them. Because that artist just did it. He didn't think. He didn't say, yo, Nas didn't think, yo, this is how I'm gonna record one mic. He said, yo, this is how I feel. And once he did it, that was it. You know what I'm saying? So after that, you know what I'm saying? I already know. But that's the shit that I'm like, once you get that comfort and you know, like, I don't record for the liking of what they care about.
For real.
You record for your comfort. What Kasidon likes. What your daughter's gonna be like, Daddy. When she get older, she's gonna be like, my daddy said that?
My daddy said that.
He talked like that about me? Like,
almost,
it's gonna be...
Bro, and it was...
It's your Bible, really.
You know what I'm saying? All thanks to the Most High.
Right.
But it was so funny because the things that I spoke on that record were things that I had been meditating on for a long time. And it was one of them things where for me to do that on that project, it was something like each one of those, that intro and outro was something that it was concepts that I had started to struggle with. I had grasped for a long time, and I started to really stand on that. But there were things that you start to fall back. You know what I'm saying? You start to compromise.
Get in your own head.
Exactly. So there were things. They were both things that I started to fall back on. And for me, when I told myself I was going to do that, it was almost slapping. It was like a slap in my own face, where it was like, wake up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're starting to fall off. You're starting to compromise. You're starting to fall back on these things because you said these things and you wrote about these things a year and a half ago. And now look at where you at. So now come back to where you were. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't afraid to tell us I've been going backwards. I've been go backwards. Everybody has. And that was a point in my life where I had accomplished so much in a year and a half. And over the next year and a half after that, I had gone nowhere.
Yeah.
And maybe I even went backwards.
Right.
But that was the one thing. Recording those spoken word intros and outros was something for me where it was like, bro, wake up, get back to where you was on then. Yeah. Because you started to fall off, and so that's why I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all thanks to the Most High for doing that, because those were things that I did for myself in that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was almost a blessing for me, like that creation of doing that spoken word intro and outro. It wasn't from me. It wasn't from me. I can't take it.
Right.
It was from the Most High.
Yeah,
so I'll praise the Most High.
We give praise the Most, all the Most High, praise Allah, praise the whatever God you praise to, but praise to Him, because that's usually where the biggest and the best inspiration comes from. So with that being said, right? How long have you been recording music, my guy? How long have my main First of all, where did the name Kasidon come from?
Yo,
what it mean? Where did it come from? What was your name before that?
It's
all that.
Funny, bro. Yo, so check it out, man.
Right.
When I first started recording, like, I was flipping blood eyes, right?
Right.
My name before that was the Humble Child, THC, the Humble Child.
That's fire.
Yeah, right? Yo, right? THC, bro.
Y'all got that exclusive right here, baby.
Hey, yo.
The Humble Child. Yo, that's hard. THC. See, I like that because I'm big on acronyms, right?
Yo, right.
So that's what my drip stand for. DRIP means don't run in packs. Yeah, so for you to say some THC, I like people who
y'all didn't even know that coming into this bitch. That's a drop on these motherfuckers too, man.
Yeah, like that's something new. Like that's something like I never knew. So I like acronyms. I'm big on taking a word or letters that you know and making them mean something. I'm big on that. So that's what my drip means. That's when you hear the drip song is don't run in pack. So it's all
drip. You ain't got no soul.
Hey, you know,
I know that bitch.
You got some shit coming. So, but like I like that THC. So that was your first name, you said, right?
Yeah, that was
you was out here selling that good.
That was 13.
You was 420 friendly, we'll say. You was 420
I was doing my little damn thing out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to run to the bag, you feel me? So, like, that was my first little joint. And I wrote a lot of music under that kind of name or whatever.
Right.
And I got burped like a bitch.
Look, man. That shit. That's the Hussle Godz, baby. We sip it all out here.
Hey, we sipping, man. We sip the heavy or the
truth. We let the truth out and the burps out on the Hussle Godz.
Hey, man. Ain't gotta hide nothing in this bitch.
Nothing but the real.
We ain't censoring nothing.
You hide something.
Just the logo, so we don't get sued.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You only see the squad and the family.
Gang.
So for right now,
we sipping out of the plastic cups.
You see what we drinking, right? We just drinking beer. We just drinking beer.
This is beer.
This is just cognac. Like it ain't nothing. Just cognac and beer. Like, feel what I'm saying? But Kasidon TAC come from you being in the streets. You know, like we all.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody be running to the bag, right? So that was that, man. And after that, like I was kind of like coming up with names, like coming up with like it's hard. It's anybody can say it's not hard.
It is.
Y'all, fuck y'all, man.
It's very hard.
Yo, fuck y'all. So for me, like, bro, when I dove into that first, I went by Kazi after that, Kazi, Kazi, and where that derived from was, I got a firm belief in like the creation of man in Africa, that kind of the beginning.
My God.
And so
Black Power, you already talking about. You hear how you talking? Just know that.
So my skin color don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We talk about respect here. We ain't talking about skin color. We talking about culture.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else will get it because I'm really relating to him. Y'all be like, how you relate to him? He white, bro. It's about
y'all
culture
even understand. We tapping in on a different level too.
Y'all gonna see.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna go way higher than here. Just know that.
So Kama, Kama, Kamikaze in Swahili. Kamikaze means steady flame. And that was something that before I even looked into that, steady flame was something that I'd kind of talked to myself about. Take your flame, ignite the world. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of like, take your flame, ignite. So I was going to get steady flame tattooed on my hands, steady flame. And I started just kind of trying to create. You know what I'm saying? Come up with your name. What are you gonna call yourself? Who? And so Kamikaze in Swahili means steady flame.
Right.
And Kazi is flame. So that's just kind of Kazi. K-A-Z-I, that's what I went by. And so that was what I went by for an extended period of time when I was rapping with my old record label. When my daughter was born, I took 3 years off of recording music. And when I started recording music again, I wanted to, something had to change because I wasn't the same person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I'm different than I was. So I wanted to kind of reflect that change and that growth as a band. So you talk about like Kazi, right? Kazi. Mm-hmm. You think about the Dawn. Everybody know the Dawn is Nas from the song.
Oh, pause on that. I'm gonna give you an acronym for the Dawn. You heard? Yeah. It's an acronym that I came up with years ago.
Acronyms, bro.
I'm big on it.
That's been a project in the cut.
It's
for a long
gonna come. You already know.
That's been on the show.
The acronyms is big for me because my father, you know what I mean? My father, it's a but not my pop. He's God body, right?
Yeah.
So acronyms and numbers and shit always mean something.
Mad,
so Dawn means day one nigga.
Yo, word.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I had an album called The Last Dawn, meaning I'm the last day one nigga. Yeah. So with all my homies, this is from the street perspective, because I was heavy, super heavy in the street. So it was that perspective. Like, I'm kind of like telling my homies, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm hanging up my jersey because he's taking me serious. So, and I can't be hanging with him if I got extracurriculars going on. Exactly. He's not gonna be even. He's like, nah, man, you doing that? Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow and some shit. So it's like I'm telling my homies that last Dawn album, that was gonna be me telling the streets I'm done. You know what I mean? So that's crazy that you came with the Casa Dawn. So the steady fire flames and the Dawn. Everybody knows. It was kind of that. You gotta do it was the mix between the two. You know what I'm saying? Kazi and now it was me developing into somebody who I wasn't just an artist where I came from anymore. It was somebody who really had an influence. You know what I'm saying? So it was like me trying to change that and like Kasidon, like it was just. I don't even know where, like, it just happened. Like, it ain't a word. It ain't a word. I'll tell you that right now. It's not a word. It's supposed to happen. I think it's fire. That's how I'm gonna tell you that. I think it's fire. I'm gonna tell you right now. I think if I'm gonna correct it for anybody right now, I'm gonna correct it for somebody on the podcast. Mm-hmm. So whoever's it's not Kasidon. You know what I'm saying? It's Kasidon. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna pronounce it right because Kasidon?
Say it with your chest, B.
Yo, people, I'm telling you, he said Kasidon. Yo, somebody call my man Kasidon, bro. Yo, I'm popping out on you. Yo, come on. I'm gonna tell you, sound like a Greek god. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, bro. The first music, brother? Like, what is going on? Bro, the first little radio. Yo, crazy. They get crazy. Kasidon, bro. I'm telling you, that's the number one. I'm telling you, that's the number one mistake. That's the number one. Kasidon. I'm like, bro, I'm not the god of water. What is that, bro? I'm the god of rap. I'm not the god of rap. You tell her I'm the god of rap, nigga. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. Yo, what? They say Kasidon. But that's the number one thing. That's disrespectful, man. Don't do that. Don't call nobody Kasidon over here, man. Yo, his name is not Solution. His name is Solution, bro. Don't anybody disrespect anybody on my platform, I'm violating you on my platform, B. I don't care how you feel. On 2020, you disrespect anyone, especially the GOAT over here. You disrespect him, I'm popping out, man. I'm popping out. We outside all 2020. We outside all 2020.
We here that shit straight, man.
Just straight up.
But you wouldn't expect it, right? I never expected nobody to pronounce my name like that. Yeah. Oh, I swear to God, bro. The first time somebody said that, I'm like, what the fuck?
You
like, yo, did y'all take English class in high school? Where the fuck you come from, bro?
Do you read left to right? Like, what's going on here,
like,
man?
You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, our regular names are different. So our whole life,
bro, and that's
our names been butchered.
Like, people be thinking like,
I don't even tell people my real name just because I be like, look, man, just call me this, man.
I swear to God, bro. For real, like, but like for me, like something like that was like the reason why I take it so personally, right? A lot of people may not think about it the same way, but like when you're born, right, your government, whatever your government name is, that's what you was given. So if you was born, I don't give a fuck what you got or what you had left when you die. the only thing that you have when you're born and when you die is your name.
Yeah.
So when people spell my name wrong, or people
It means
I used to get tight, bro.
It means
I don't give a fuck, dude. I used to be like 14, 15 years old, like checking motherfuckers.
Well, that's your name. It's,
you know what I'm saying? I swear to God, bro. I was, bro.
It's your name.
I was checking them, bro.
What did Birdman pull up to the Breakfast Club for? He said, put some respect on my name. He didn't say put respect on my money. To put some respect on my record label. He said put respect on my name.
Bro, and that's why,
that's Birdman. Like, he still want you to respect how you say Birdman, bro. Like, that's it. Like,
and people like used to get mad at me, like, why are you getting so defensive over why? I'm like, bro, because if I die right now, that's the only thing I have.
And y'all go, and I'ma die. Y'all go.
So
call
when
me
you
Kasidon?
when people like
You go, I'ma die, and you gonna call me Kasidon. Bro, that's not. Y'all come out the grave and fuck somebody up.
Yo,
That's
what
what
I got, bro.
Me, like, you go, I'ma die, you gonna call me Kasidon. You feel me? Like, they different.
I was so distraught the first time I heard that. I almost went into a panic attack, bro. Yo, I swear to God.
Words, man. That's crazy, B.
Excited, bro. You both like
I would be
when you said that, like when they said that, did they really hear themselves? Kasidon, like when did the letter
coming outside
Yo.
with the name Kasidon, bro. Yo, check my new album. My name Kasidon. What did you, Greek god? What did you, dropping mixtapes in BC 14? What is you doing?
Yo, why you doing that?
Kasidon. No, his name is Kasidon. Get it correct, bro. They bugging. Anybody out here, y'all call him anything after that? After today? We having a problem.
We popping out, man. We outside on 2020.
We gotta call him Kasidon, man. Nothing else, B.
Yeah, man. It's the Hussle Godz.
Hussle Godz.
You know, we about to give you some new music.
Right.
This one is featured by Abby Sherman. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about this one.
Hey, man. So Abby is somebody that we went to school together.
Yep.
So we went. Yo, keep it above, man. Like when I was in like 5th grade, right? She was like in the 8th grade. I'm like, man, I totally want to take this girl to the dance beat. We got this middle level dance beat. You know what I'm saying? Let's take. Yo, she was, man. She like, I'm like, nah, I want to take.
She's a baddie.
Needless to say, I didn't get a ticket to the dance anyway. But y'all heard it here first. I'm being vulnerable
It be
right
like
now. You know what I mean? It be like that sometimes, man.
Sometimes
I took the L, B.
You take the L.
I took the L.
Hey, but you gotta shoot the shot.
My man Colton Westover took it. But anyway, yeah. So, but you know, coming into it, man. She's somebody that beautiful. She's a beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful voice, beautiful presence. Beautiful musical ability to play guitar and everything.
That's what's up.
And just. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Pete, man. I don't even call him my brother, man. Shout out to my brother, Pete. He's been somebody that was kind of promoting that collaboration for a long time. Right. And like, it was always one of the things where it was like, bro, like it'll come when it's right. It'll come when it's right. It'll come when it's right. And this was the right time. You know what I'm saying? And just to be able to have her on the record, coming from where I came from, you know what I mean? And having somebody so gifted. And to top all that off, somebody that, this is the first rap hip hop song that she's ever been a part of.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? She's like a folk blues type of artist. And you can kind of hear it in her voice when you hear it. Like if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't be able to tell. But now that I tell you, you're gonna be able to tell.
Yeah.
And so like when she came over for the first time and she recorded at my house, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize that it was a first. You know what I'm saying? Because I assumed that people had kind of tapped into her musically in that way, but. What she had told me was that she had turned down a lot of people.
Really?
She had turned down, yeah. And for me, like that was something that it kind of made me take a step back a little bit because for me it was kind of like, whoa, like. But one thing that I respected about her was she didn't say like I wanted to do this with you because it was so good. She wanted to do it because she could tell what I was saying was real, and that's what I love about. Well, that's what I love about her, and that's what I love about the reason why she did it, and that's why I'm so honored to have her to be a part of this record, you know. And this song "Help," which I believe is the record that we're about to play right now. Yep. This song it's a story about my life. It's also a story more about somebody else's life, somebody that was very, very close to me, somebody that held a very, very dear place in my heart. And a story about addiction, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a very prominent problem in the world that we live in Vermont. I know y'all can probably speak on that.
Here.
You know what I mean? And that's a record that I wrote that every bar for bar is a true story about where I come from and my struggles. Because I ain't gonna front and I ain't gonna lie and say that I ain't never battled with this shit, because let me tell you, I've been there.
We need the truth.
You know what I'm saying? I've been there feeding, looking for rocks on the carpet, bro. Like, I've been there. I ain't gonna lie to nobody, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me. But now look where the fuck I am at now, B.
Right, exactly.
Where the fuck I am at now, B.
Exactly.
Don't stop fucking playing with me, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat
So anybody that's out there watching this shit right now that's in that position, bro, there's a way out for you. Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying? There's a way out. Like, there ain't nothing that's holding nobody back, man. Let me tell you, because the separation between where you're at right now and where you want to be is just a decision. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you first and foremost that where you are right now doesn't define who you are. Where you've been at doesn't define who you are as a person. And where you're going right now, you're just a decision away from being there. So let me tell you, man, I'm a product of that. So I want to encourage everybody that's out there listening right now who's struggling with any sort of addiction to anything, you know what I'm saying, to just make that decision, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what you do it for, man, you're just a decision away. I've been there. And so to have Abby be a part of this project, I know she's kind of battled with things herself, and it may not be the same thing that I battle with. It may not be the same thing that the person that this song was written about battle with, but to have her be a part of this project, it added a different perspective to female vocals on this song. Yeah. It added a different, I needed it.
What's the name of the song?
It's called Help, featuring Abby Sherman, produced by Retro Beats. So we're gonna tap right into it, man.
Help.
Let's get it going,
Yeah,
man.
so let's tune in to Help by Abby Sherman, man.
Hell yeah.
Just another victim of this child abuse, caught up in the system, only worry what the bottle do. No father figure to paint a picture about what pops would do. At 17, ran away from home trying to act 22. Had a little faith, you know the type that probably move a mountain. Too proud of myself, I thought that I could probably do without it. Younger days was filled with hunger, pain, satisfied by Jesus. Church closed, turned the perks blow. And them new Adidas, everything was different. A struggle trying to fit in. I found myself at parties with the kids who got prescriptions for the pain, prescriptions for the stress. I don't give a fuck about nothing, I'm just trying to get some help. Running 1,000,000 miles an hour, the devil been right on my tail. Only when I'm sober, reality tend to take me there. So I do it again, so I'm using again. Caught up in the cycle, drugs whispering, who really cares? I start to tolerate the things I know I'm better than. Demons knocking on my door, I guess it's time to let them in. Settled into this life of searching for a purpose. No dreams, no aspirations, I don't think this shit is worth a damn. Now I'm fishing for love in the ocean of sorrow, suffocating pain, cause I've been choking on these pill bottles. Drugs to fill the emptiness, the more I start to feel hollow. If only I love myself like I love the idea of no tomorrow. Everybody I'm surrounded by got similar pain. Misery loves company, we bleed through similar veins. And it gets harder and harder once you creep in the cage. Lock the door behind you, now I eat, sleep, breathing a slave. In the hands of the potter, I'm molded a certain way. Life is not defined by the trouble or the mistakes I made. Beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. And if perfection was the intro, I don't wanna see the rest. Finally climbed about the darkness, to the light that I've been chasing. but none of my friends believe me. They just nodding when I say it. All I needed was support. Give me a chance and I would take it. But I don't wanna live here no more. I guess it's back to the basics.
I begin, I don't wanna feel the lows. On a roller coaster, but I'm terrified. I begin, I don't wanna feel the lows. I begin, I don't wanna feel the lows. On a roller coaster, but I'm terrified. I begin, I don't wanna feel the lows. It's easy to say hello, but it's harder to say goodbye. It's harder to say goodbye. It's easy to say hello, but it's harder to say goodbye. It's harder to say goodbye.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
it's the Hussle
Hey,
Godz.
hey, Hussle
Godz.
Yeah, man, that last joint was fire. Track is titled Help by Kasidon featuring Abby Sherman.
Hey,
Definitely some heartfelt music right there, man.
Absolutely.
definitely 100%. That's the music that you need to hear. If you got some soul searching you need to do, if you got some problems you need to try to sort out, go tune into that Abby featuring, Kasidon featuring Abby. Help, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
There's some
sir.
big things going on for
Hell
2020. Kasidon got it lit, just know that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Much
that
more
shit
coming.
was
Much
fire.
more coming, man.
Fact.
Yeah, definitely. And was that off any project or is that just a
Yeah, no, actually, to be honest with you, I was almost gonna release that shit today. When I got the mix back,
we got an
I was like,
exclusive,
I almost
gang.
just dropped it. I almost just like dropped it.
Hussle Godz exclusive.
Got the leak, baby. Got the leak.
Exclusive.
Yes, sir.
baby.
Yes, sir. So that's going to be on the From Underneath project. That's one of actually 2 songs that has her on it.
All right. Abby got another banger
Yeah,
on
she
this
does,
underneath
she does.
project.
And it's actually-
From underneath. Dope, man. Dope.
In my opinion, those are the songs I didn't actually send you those. So Complex, the next song that we're gonna preview after From Underneath, y'all ain't heard that shit yet either. So what I wanted to do tonight was I wanted to bring some shit to the table that y'all ain't even heard yet, because I wanted it to be that authentic type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that song Help is one of 2 songs that Abby has on the project. The next one, in my opinion, is actually better. The other one. So when y'all hear that shit, I think, in my opinion, the way that we complimented each other on the other songs is actually
that
better.
one was dope.
So if y'all
better
fuck with that,
is
man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? So the next one, I'm super excited for y'all to hear the next one, man.
That's what's up.
But yeah, also Complex, which is the next one off this project, is also one that y'all haven't even heard yet. So I'm super stoked for y'all to hear
That's
that
gonna
shit
be
too.
dope, man. Kasidon in the building,
Yes, sir.
y'all.
Shout out to
Y'all
Abby
heard it,
Sherman.
man.
I'm actually, we so close knit in the areas that we live. Is actually for my album release party, I'm actually gonna try to have her come out and perform that song at the album release. And also Hussle Godz, I want you. I got the full
Yeah, I was
invite
just about to
to
say
the
that.
We outside on 2020.
Right. Tell her we outside all 2020.
Nah, bro.
We are definitely
That's a
trying
fact,
to
man.
get it
You know what I'm
lit.
saying?
So make sure we got
and
our
actually, the
invites
thing, like-
in our little VIP section and all that.
Hell yeah,
stuff.
hell yeah,
We in there,
y'all got the
baby.
exclusive, man. And
We in there.
For me, like,
Support all the way,
I think,
for real, man.
I think I'm gonna need some feedback in terms of what y'all think about it, bro. Like, you know, like people that come from where we come from. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to be surrounded by a lot of people that I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I was thinking was to do an exclusive listening party for the album.
You heard it. Exclusive. You heard it.
When I perform the set live, right?
Right.
For the private invitation, only 20, maybe 20, 25 people, right?
Right,
Super
right.
small, like close knit, where we all can network
Small
and be
room
together.
vibes.
You know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Lounge vibes.
Super, like,
That's fire.
super, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. I got a little spot in my little spot, you know what I'm saying? In my little place where I think about we could do it.
Yep.
So I want y'all to know that y'all had a full invite, man.
Hey,
And I know
keep us
one, man, for
posted,
real.
and you know we're gonna be there support, and we're gonna promote the whole the whole release. Like, we gonna make sure it's a nice rollout.
Because if I do it right, I want to put y'all on, and I want to, like, if that could be like the first live, almost Hussle Godz performance. Podcast where y'all are there listening to the live as we go, and then like do something like that, super creative like that.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And then finish it with the exclusive, you know what I'm saying, private listening party shit. But I'm thinking like only 20, 25 people, private invite only. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like my close people. And then we all can network with our close, super close knit group of friends. You know what I'm saying? That's
meeting of the bosses.
For real, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I think that's what I want y'all to be. So I want to let y'all know you are the first. Invite me.
I'm definitely down with it.
You know what I'm saying? And keep it a buck. Any live show, I want y'all to know that y'all are the invite to do any live show that we a part of. Street Religion, Young Breeze, everybody involved, man. I want y'all to know.
Actually, the last show y'all did, me and him was sitting here plotting to come out for that one. We was like, yo, that'd be dope if we got the show and the interview and all of that. We was definitely like, yo, we can make that a big,
and I wish I had the authority to send y'all the link for the new cipher that we did.
Oh man,
I want
some fire.
Give a shout out to
10 minutes before post, send us the link so we can.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish I had the authority to be able to play that cipher on, but I don't. But I want y'all to know, man. Definitely keep an eye out for that shit too.
We support it.
Unleashed Underground, all of my everything cipher. The new one that we coming out, we just featured Ren Thomas on it, man. A lot of dope artists on that. D French, the super local D French, man, who's connected with these guys too. You know what I'm saying? D French, Raw Def, Jibba the Gent, Flex 45. You know what I'm saying? The Truth, me, Raw Def. You know,
some heavyweights.
Man, heavyweights. It's definitely probably one of the dopest ciphers that Vermont artists had. Even Ren Thomas was at the cipher, and he said, you know, for him doing ciphers across platforms that are way deeper than what he was like, this is the dopest cipher that I've ever been a part of.
Right.
So that's coming from Ren Thomas, you know what I'm saying? So that's not even me speaking on my fellow, you know what I'm saying, people in the arena of rap. This is from somebody that's coming from outside, who's been out, you know. So shout out to Ren Thomas for being a part of that.
Shout out, bro. Shout out.
Unleashed Underground Cypher, all of my everything coming up, man.
Stay tuned for that, definitely.
Unleashed Underground Cypher, you heard it.
Shout out Jinx, man. Shout out Jinx, everybody in Connecticut. Shout out Social
Hussle Godz get all the exclusives, you heard?
Yes, sir.
We get all the exclusives, you know what I'm saying?
So for someone who hasn't heard Kasidon's music before, this is a little bit different than his last project, the Genesis tape.
Yes,
so for someone who hasn't heard your music before, what do they tell them what they got to expect with the new project From Underneath?
From Underneath, man. From Underneath, it's a lot different, man. What I wanted to do with this project was show a lot of diversity in terms of my music. And so if y'all haven't heard the Genesis tape and it's the first tape that y'all been introduced to, I encourage you to go back and listen to the Genesis tape because lyrically and conceptually, there's a lot of deep concepts on the record. So before you go and listen, I encourage you to go back and listen to that before you listen to this one. If this is the first record that y'all have listened to, I've dug deeper into songs on this project than I've ever dug in terms of my personal experiences and the things that I've been through. So I want y'all to understand that this album and this project is me giving you a piece of me that I've never given to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, not my closest people. This is me writing songs about experiences and things that I've been through that are far deeper than anything I've ever expressed to any individual personally before. So it's really me creating a vulnerability between me and the listener, where they can really tap into who I am as a person deeper than what it may seem like on the surface.
So what's the time frame, the difference between Genesis and From Underneath?
Really, some of the songs from this From Underneath project were written before the songs from Genesis tape. So this is me creating without a goal, without, you know what I'm saying, and it was just, you know, wanting to. A lot of people may not know that. I appreciate you asking that question actually, because what a lot of people may not recognize is that the things that I talked about on both projects, there are things that happened in time, in reality, simultaneously. But these were songs that were written for different purposes. So like the same time that I wrote Everybody Wanna Talk or Under Pressure or Blood Story, that was the same time that I was writing the song Dreams or Blessings so these things are happening simultaneously. And so like the songs that you hear, you be like, oh, you know, it's about his gangbanging past or his doing the, you know, thing, on the opposite side of it, when you hear it from underneath and you hear it from the more conscious side, those things were happening at the same time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it's a parallel universe.
It's a parallel universe, but
facts.
it's me tapping into different pieces of who I am as a person and as an artist at that same time.
Word.
And y'all giving y'all the emotion and the real shit behind who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no phony shit on either one of these records. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
Yes.
jacking that, man.
Tell them about the next joint, Complex.
Complex, man. Complex is it was actually a record that I wrote in the wake of Nipsey's passing. You know what I'm saying?
Rest
We've talked
in
a
peace
lot
to
about
GOAT.
we've talked
That's
a lot
God.
about Nipsey.
Nipsey Hussle,
tonight.
rest in peace to God, man. That's
Yeah,
Nipsey
and,
Hussle, rest in peace. Shout out to all his family.
Yes,
Praise
sir.
to all of them.
What this podcast is named after, right?
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Yes, Hussle Godz.
It's a tribute.
It's a tribute.
Super tribute. Everything is for him, man.
Hell
We
yeah.
make some money
So-
off this. His kids can have some of this. You
Straight up, you know what I'm saying?
Or give it in his name.
Hell yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's a
that's
fact.
no. That's
right.
on my
Shout
life.
out, yeah, hell yeah.
They can have PC if we make something off
Yes,
this.
swear to
for
God.
real.
You know what I'm saying? So Complex for me was actually a song that I wrote. It's kind of an ironic experience because the first time Breeze ended up coming up here towards my neck of the woods up here after I signed was with Def, and we spent a lot of days together. And during that time, the night before Nipsey died, I had a really close person to me that died. You know what I'm saying? Out for where I came from in the hood and shit. So they was able to be there for me during that time when that happened for me. And Def ended up, Raw Def ended up going back to Springfield where he was from, you know what I'm saying? And Breeze was still there with me at my spot.
Right.
And we ended up waking up in the crib together, you know what I'm saying, and hearing about Nipsey. He was together with me there at my house doing this same shit that we did just a week ago, recording the Genesis tape. So now he come up, you know what I'm saying, a week ago, and we were spending some time together, we just chilling, doing the damn thing, vibing, whatever, recording the From Underneath project, finishing up that project at Kobe. Both times when he was up here at my house, you know what I'm saying? And so like we was just like connecting on a way different, like it was just like, we was just trying to understand.
Spiritual, man.
Yeah,
It's high
spiritual,
levels, man.
So like, that kind of hit me crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just to
Perfect name for the album, for that song, right? Complex.
Yeah.
Perfect name for it. That's crazy.
This is a song that came out of that experience, and it was just, I just wanted to kind of just honor Nipsey and the way that he did his shit and just talk about my ambition, you know what I'm saying, and what
Straight
I want
up.
to do for
Straight
you know
up.
what I'm saying? So that's where this came from.
Hustle.
That's
Facts.
love.
Rest in peace, the Nip. Hustle.
Yeah,
Hustle.
rest in
Godz,
peace to
man.
God. You
Crush
tuned in
on
live
Sauce,
with the
man.
Hussle Godz right now.
Right.
This joint's titled Complex by the boy Kasidon. You got it.
Hey.
The exclusive right here. Tune in. It's the Hussle Godz.
Hustle. 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 Godz.
No 10, windows down, I've been cruising. I know most of these motherfuckers hoping I'm losing. Little did you know we plan revolutions. And street religion is the illest movement. And I don't expect y'all to understand. My fingers hurting from twisting up all these rubber bands. I do the running man, trying to chase 100 grand. Sooner or later, I'ma catch it, put it in my mother's hands. Damn, and it's real simple how we do things. One flip, two flip, double back up the whole thing. Put you on the block, had 1,000 worth of propane. I gave you all this work, but you complaining how you broke, man, damn. And that's why I can't fuck with you. Nah, cause y'all ain't on my level yet. And I ain't saying it won't happen. But what I'm saying is it's evident. My talent is heaven sent. This what I was created for. Corey and the Oracle, Kobe on the Lakers floor. I started on consignment, doubled up so I could pay it off. Trying to teach these youngins how to hustle. I won't pave it for them. Bumps along the road to build your character. I'm very sure. Know that life's a bitch. You want success, you gotta marry her. Embrace the marathon. Money making Nippy taught me that. So I'ma run this bitch until I win or have a heart attack. You need to understand what you put in, you gon' get back. I put in a nickel, so the game gave me a quarterback. Nothing come from nothing. You can read it on my chest. I got everything I wanted, bitch, and I ain't finished yet. See, God gave me ambition, and God gave me the kitchen. I put hustle in the pot. Watch the boil with the chicken. There ain't shit that you can do for me. I've been self-sufficient, so if you ain't matched the energy, get the fuck up out the picture. It's about way more than money, and this right here's my legacy. Moving on the low, but now's the time that I'ma let them see. Demons knocking on my door, I ain't gon' let them in. Pain that I've been under got me choking on these sedatives. I pill pop and still copping the ill product. If it wasn't for the Lord, Lord, I'd have had a nail nada. How high can I go? See, I need God to answer. I go ape shit on the beat. Somebody get my bananas. I'm a rabid animal. Get your camera, see what these hands will do. Might just throw you all over the plate, eat like a cannibal. My life is a movie, and I'm starring in the soundtrack. Somebody call the plug. I'm on the road, but where the pounds at? Whipping through the intersection. Henny in the brown bag. This liquor got me feeling where my motherfucking crown at. Walking out the bank, I got infinity rolls. See my closet losing space, I got infinity clothes. So you can check my resume. I got infinity hoes. They offer different colored pills. We call it infinity stones. I got these haters out here feeling like they're sending me home. But I ain't finished on this mission, got it sending me on. I'm stacking up, you want the work, your money better be long. Cause if you fuck with the religion, you a memory, dog. I'm stacking up, you want the work, your money better be long. Cause if you fuck with the religion, you a memory, dog. Word.
Hey, that's that heat, man.
Yeah,
That's
Complex,
that heat.
Kasidon, that's some new fire. I actually like that. That's some real dope hip hop. Like, I don't know if people get it. It's 2020. Hip hop sound like a foreign word, right? But that's hip hop. Like,
That's hip-hop.
Kasidon is bringing real hip hop. So, if anybody want to hear some dope lyrics and like some just real good vibe music, you can walk down the street, smoke your little joint too, or go to the little cafe, get your coffee, and enjoy life too, and live what you saying. Like, it's easy to walk to the music. Play some Kasidon, man. For real.
Yeah, man.
Facts, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Like Dollar said, that's that real hip hop.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Like we say all the time, rap is so close to being dead. You feel me? There's very few left that actually rap.
Especially the real rap, man. Not this
Rap as a
mumble
genre
rap,
is
whatever you calling
lost.
it.
You feel me? It's twisted. But hip hop, that's real hip hop right there. You feel me? That's the feels. You know, you can feel it when it's real. You feel me? That's the difference.
Thank
That's
you, man.
the
I appreciate
difference.
that. That's one of the first things that I recognize, like, where you hear a lot of people talk about your music, right? You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of people talk, but that's one of the first things when y'all previewed my music on that first podcast. That's one of the first things that I realized is that y'all tapped into and y'all recognize my music in a different way than most people do. And that's what it really kind of pushed the envelope in terms of me really wanting to come on here and fuck with you guys because I knew that y'all understood my music in a deeper way than other people realized. So that's me, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all really tap in on a different way. So shout out to Hussle Godz for having me on. And for really, man, they analyze and they dig deeper into the music than people may realize. So shout out to y'all and what y'all doing for the culture here in Vermont and New England hip hop type shit, man. Thank you, man.
Hey, here for y'all, man.
We got you.
Hell yeah.
We got you.
Appreciate that, man. For real.
We here for the game.
Shout out.
We here for the support.
So
We all
much,
for the
man.
positivity. We all for the realness. So if anything's real, anything's truthful, most likely the Hussle Godz know about it. So
That's what
it's not that. It's very simple math. Truth plus Hussle Godz equals success. You heard? That's the way we move. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact,
that's
bro.
it, man.
That's a
So
fact, bro. Hell yeah.
we got some dope content coming. A lot of stuff coming. Shout out to Kasidon for
I appreciate y'all having me. I appreciate y'all having me for the first one, man.
Facts. This the first one.
The
Ain't
first
the only
one,
one.
man. Hell
Definitely won't be the last.
So
Hell yeah.
Definitely won't be the last.
This is a
This ain't the
special
last
moment,
time,
man. This is a
you know
special moment. I'm glad to be a part of it, man.
well, we appreciate you coming, showing us the
bro.
love,
Thank you so
bringing the
much,
gifts and all that. You know what I mean? We can dig that. You know what I mean? So listen to the other artists, right? He set a precedent. You better bring some gifts on up here if you want to. You know what I mean? Enjoy some Hussle Godz love. You feel me? And he did that off the strength of him being who he is, and you'll get that through his music, which is on streaming on all platforms. You
All
should go
platforms,
get that.
man.
You heard?
Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, man.
Yes, let 'em know. Let 'em know. All the platforms, let 'em know.
Deezer, man. Bro, I be putting my shit through the publishing company, right? They be putting that shit on platforms like Deezer. Who the fuck ever heard of Deezer before, man? I don't even know, man. Bro, they be putting this shit on like European platforms, all that, man. So shout out to what they doing, man. Shout out to for putting my music on all platforms, man. So yeah, if you here in the U.S., man, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, man. Everything, man. We doing the whole thing.
Tell them global.
So
whatever's
global, man. Deezer, you know what I'm saying? All that crazy shit, man. So we out there for real, man. So if you ain't checked out the Genesis tape yet, man, Young Breeze just released his project, Sophia Grace, man.
Shout out to Young Breeze,
man. Raw Def
You
got
next.
projects, man. The Impeccable Nobody from Raw Def, man. 2019 was crazy. D French released 2 albums in 2019.
Shout out
Highest Lows and Mansfield Ave, man. So shout out to June Fargo, Here and Now 3, man. Shout out June Fargo. Shout out to everybody who doing the damn thing, man. And Shorty Banks is somebody that just newly introduced to the team. So Shorty Banks got some shit that's coming out too, man. So keep a lookout for Shorty Banks, man. You know what I'm saying? So we all do a Street Religion all 2020, man. We doing the whole damn thing. So I appreciate y'all putting me on this platform and allowing me
appreciate you
to
coming on.
You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for doing that shit, man. Street Religion all 2020. Grab a motherfucking gun and pray shit, man.
Yeah, man. So who else has been a part of this From Underneath project?
From Underneath, I wanted to. For me, it wanted to be something I kept kind of exclusive, almost. You know what I'm saying?
Personal.
Yeah. So Abby was one of the ones that I really wanted on there. And other than
Shout
that,
out Abby.
Yeah, shout out to Sherman, man. Y'all heard Help. Man, shout out to Running in Circles, man. Running in Circles is the next project.
Next one?
Right. Running in Circles, man. So keep an eye out for that joint. And I hope that we're going to be able to perform them live together sometime soon. So we're trying to tap in, get our schedules right to perform these songs live.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the From Underneath project, I kept it super small. Raw Def, Gibber the Gen. Abby Sherman, that's it. 3 features, 12 songs, spoken word, intro and outro, plus a bonus record. You know what
right
I'm
to
saying?
the point.
Yeah, straight up. So I just kept it super small. You know what I'm saying?
Street Religion.
Yeah.
I like the vibes. I like the vibes.
It's personal.
Facts.
It's a
We like
personal
that.
album, definitely.
That's what
From
we
beginning
like.
to end.
You know what I'm saying?
And the one track that we heard, The Dreams,
Yeah.
that's one that definitely
I'm thinking
caught our
back when
ear,
everything
you
was fast living. Money, cars, drugs, clothes, bad women. Times change, but I keep it G to the last sentence. Told my family when the bread is right, I feed them all with it. I love my pops. Did some shit just cause dad did it. And mama loved me even though I made some bad decisions. It made me who I am. For that, I give them all credit. Turn my,
No, that's it. Look, we heard that thing, and that's one of those, like he said.
That's now you know my story, so you can relate.
But that's
to
what
all
I was saying from the
Swear to
jump.
God,
That's
bro.
one of the records when I heard you, right? We was sitting, doing our research how we supposed to.
Yeah.
As podcasters over here, Hussle Godz.
We always pay attention.
We pay attention thoroughly though, not just on the surface. We dig to the points where, like, maybe when he talked about his father, he might not even thought that's what he was gonna get into. We go that deep
It's
because
super authentic, man. That's why
we know the truth because we come from the depths of which most people would be scared to go to. So when we hear stuff like with that Dreams record, right? We sitting in the car, we smoking, doing what we do. He played a few songs. Not saying they wasn't dope. I liked them. I'm like, yo, I fucks with that. But when he played that one specifically, I was like,
that one had the feel. The beat, even as soon as the beat comes in. When we were talking off air earlier, we had a common influence with Big Crit. You feel me? And I almost heard even if you know Crit, you know his influence. One of them was Scarface. It almost gave me that Scarface hip hop sort of vibe.
Exactly
Between the beat and the way that you come in with spitting that real shit. You can hear
telling the truth.
Influence. You feel
Yo,
me?
I wish y'all had that. If y'all had to play that shit. If you have it, man.
We'll definitely drop the link down below.
We definitely have the links for everything that Kasidon's doing. That Dreams, I think that's a song that you should shoot a video for. I think that's one that it sounds crazy, but you should lead as a single. Because right now, people are just going to hear this Hussle Godz and know that, this is the first time we get Kasidon.
I'm going to put that bitch on tomorrow.
Lead it. We'll shoot a video. We'll pop out for the video, all of that, because your story came through very vividly.
And shout out to the video production teams out here, man. So if August 1st is the next record that we're gonna play, man, shout out to DVP, shout out to Miles.
Shout out to Miles, man. He
shout out to the whole team, man. You know what I'm saying? So we working on the video for this next song. It's called August 1st.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Who's on this record? Is it just you?
It's just me. It's just me.
All right, another one. Kasidon getting heavy.
This is my favorite record off the tape.
Right. Why is it your favorite record?
Not because it's more lyrically inclined, or not because it's more banger than the next ones, but this is my favorite record because this is every bar, every word,
back to back with it.
Yeah, there's no
like the other ones though, but this one's more back to back. You feel it?
No, but this is a story,
right?
every word of this record is every word of this record, every sentence is 100% a true story of what I went through when my daughter was being born. And if anybody knows me or who I am, the reason that I'm doing this music is to provide for my child. And the only reason that I'm here right now still doing this music is because of her. So
what's her name?
Annabelle Marie.
Hey, Annabelle Marie. You know, shout out to the little ladies in our lives, man.
Shout out to Princess.
You know the vibes.
And, you know, Annabelle Marie is actually, the meaning of the name meant, I'll tell you a story.
I like the name.
I'll tell you a story behind the name of my daughter, right? So I knew, like, I was saying, you get with people that like don't know really what they want to name their kid. They be like, we look them in their baby name Buck type shit. You know what I'm saying? For me, like I told myself, I was like, if it's a girl, Annabelle Marie. I said Annabelle. That's what her name is gonna be, bro. I'm telling you, right? So, and then I get talking whatever, and why don't you just look around for some other shit? I said, download the baby name on my phone, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Right. You get onto the baby name app, right? And you get this shit that says, there's a button on the side on one of these apps that says shuffle. And it shuffles every name in the fucking dictionary from A to B. Bro, I could put Annabelle first name. Swear to God, bro. Swear to God.
That's it.
Swear to God. I give it, you better sound like that.
Shout out to little lady Annabelle, man. Baby Kasidon, you heard?
And just the meaning of it, grace and beauty. That's what Annabelle means, grace and beauty.
That's real.
And Marie means bitterness. And so what that was for me was, it was a reflection of the grace and beauty that came out of my experience as a young man, being bitter and angry and making decisions out of...
and yang. That's what I get from hearing that name.
I'm telling you.
The yin and yang. Without her, you would have been long gone.
I'd be dead in jail without my daughter, I swear to God.
You would have never been here.
So this song is a story about my experience.
Tell them the name, the title, let them know. We about to get right into it so they can feel it, man.
The name of this song is August 1st, but the way the song is entitled is going to be August 1st, 2016 in Roman numerals.
Yeah. So hey, I like that.
That's what I got tattooed on my face.
Hey, I like that.
That's my daughter's birthday in Roman numerals.
Turn that into a clothing line.
No, I'm telling you. And so I want y'all to understand that this is a record that's a really deep reflection into who I am as a man.
August 1st.
August 1st, 2016.
Kasidon.
Yes, sir.
August 1st, 2016, man. Hussle Godz, we are in the building, man. Shout out to Kasidon, Street Religion.
Yeah, shout out to Street Religion, man.
84, we are here. AM Dub, of course, you know the capo is here, the big dog. He holding it down regular. That ain't even nothing to question, man.
Yeah, man, just want to say thank you for coming out tonight.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving us the exclusive interview from underneath on the way. And as you can tell from the little leaks that we're giving you right now, this shit is about to go up. It's definitely a wintertime album. It's going to get us through this last little push. You feel me?
I didn't even think about it.
It's been a long winter. This is going to be that last little push that you need. You feel me? This is all the vibes. Definitely want to give a shout out to Street Religion, Deep Friends, Raw Def, Young Breeze, June Fargo, all the cast down there. Shout out all VT hip hop, man. All New England hip hop in general.
Worldwide Hussle Godz. Whoever supporting Hussle Godz worldwide, we love and we support anything you got going on, because we love that you support us, and keep doing it, keep tuning in, because this is just the beginning, man. I'm telling you, Kasidon, we appreciate you coming out, giving us this exclusive. See, this is more than just the interview, man, because y'all look, exclusive.
This is regular.
Right, this is regular for, the Hussle Godz. We always get exclusive. Anything about our life is exclusive. I'm just saying, but this is a big thing right here, because we got somebody on that platform that we're behind, we support, and we believe in. And you know what I mean? So that's what we really trying to put here on the Hussle Godz. Shout out to the captain. You know what I mean? I'm the co-pilot, Solution, the Saint. Follow him on all platforms.
Yeah.
So Kasidon got this record we about to bang out. You know what I'm saying? So it's about to get lit. You heard?
Every word of this song is the truth. Every word of this song is true.
Every hood, every neighborhood, every suburb can relate to what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. It's the Hussle Godz, all 2020. We locked in. All 2020. We outside.
We are outside.
All money 2020.
2020. I'm going to say this one more time for y'all. Hashtag. We outside all 2020, man. This commercial is sponsored by Hussle Godz, Rally Gang, AMW, 84, Street Religion.
Grab a motherfucking gun and play shit, man.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, better get low because we coming, you heard? Shout out to Kasidon for blessing.
Yeah, one more time, make some noise for Kasidon.
Hey!
We're going up all 2020. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna leave you on this note. This one right here is August 1st by that boy Kasidon. Make sure to stay focused. Stay tuned in. His new album From Underneath coming up soon.
Yes,
much
sir.
love, man. Thanks for coming out.
Hey, man, shout out to Hussle Godz. Shout out to Shoutout, man. Put on for all my people. Grab my motherfucking gun and play shit.
Hussle
Godz. The Hussle Godz.
Yo, sick of the fighting, sick of the arguing, sick of the instigation. Damn, I'm sick of all of this. I'm out, I'm leaving, I'm done, and don't you try to get in touch with me, cause I ain't picking up for none. And you can keep all the possessions that I left in your house. Just another thing for you to call and argue about. I couldn't get used to it. Now all the drama and stupid shit, I refuse to be a pawn in that petty game that you're losing. And a little time went by, I've been grinding, just trying to do me. Focused on the money, same way that I always will be. But January 6th, the phone rang, how she get through to me? She said, Dylan, yeah, we about to have a baby. But now you tripping, you lying, and I know you trying to play me. You sick for using fatherhood as a way to try to contain me. No, this can't be true. Nah, I just got over you. I just got over all the crazy shit you put me through, but I was wrong. Yeah, see, I was wrong, and now I find myself back sitting in that hospital room. I'm questioning everything I know about this father of shit. The doctor running in, congratulations. The test was positive, but now we trying to work things out. We trying to make it better, but more stress, more drama, more fighting. And don't ever let up. This ain't healthy for the baby, and this ain't healthy for me, and this ain't healthy for the family that we trying to be. Cause when it rains, it pours. You know that's what everybody said, and it was right. I found the pill bottles you hid under the bed, and now I'm constantly screaming and yelling at baby help us, but you selfishly addicted to that feeling you get. But I'm all mad at myself, like how the fuck you gon' let her? The devil's sitting on my shoulder like you know it's gon' get better, but he was lying through his teeth while he was whispering to me. How could I believe the words he says when 2 weeks later she started bleeding and feeling guilty? Fuck, I'm feeling guilty, God. How did I lose the one thing that I thought defined the real me? I started struggling. I gotta cope with this anger, I guess it's back to the block selling the drugs to the strangers, because that's all that I knew. This is me speaking the truth. Believe me, if you was here right now, that's not what this father would do. A few months had gone by, the pain is stronger than ever. Me and your mama been flipping, we getting high on whatever, cause that's the only way that we knew how to cope with emotion. Hopelessly float in the ocean of sorrow, this pain don't show. But look, now mama's belly getting bigger than daddy's pockets. He was growing the whole time and not a soul was there to watch it. I didn't understand that a miscarriage is not what had happened. Trying to wrap my head around the surrounding commotion and madness. We had 3 months into the due date before they said it was too late. Something changed and I'm racing to do what I do for you, baby. See, I was overwhelmed and cold as hell. Mama just wants some dope to sell, but I'ma be a father now, and that ain't what this job entails. Nothing changed. Every morning she had to clock in, addicted to the fullest. There ain't no way to stop it. I didn't sign up for this shit, but I was gonna be there for my child, praying to God every night if he was really to keep you alive. Cause I was stressed and worried about your health, and so was everybody else. A victim to that selfish behavior. How could I block it out and ignore it like your mama did? That's just what the problem is. I forgive her, it's the drugs and prescriptions that she was caught up in. But now we're water breaking, speeding down to the hospital. My heart was racing, I knew the doctors had to do the impossible. It was shot after shot, just trying to keep you inside, trying to keep you safe and grow into a healthier size. I couldn't wait to see you and to look in your eyes. Being a father is the one thing that I always wanted in life. See, you was stubborn like your daddy. Contractions, they didn't stay long. Held up inside mama long enough to put some weight on. Didn't mind the day-to-day, you were the perfect gift to wait on. Just trying to shake off all this what-if scenario my mom would play on. And I know that there's a purpose for the struggle I'm enduring. The perfect dose of medicine for the way that I was hurting. A selfish young adult, now he's focused on learning. Show me true love is real, and it ain't just on the surface. Cause as much as I teach you, I know you teaching me too. God gave me breath and now he's breathing in you. Cause August 1st, 2016 at 8:21 was the beginning of this mission that he's taking me on.